What up, it's Sharon. We were in Toronto last weekend. We're in Brooklyn this weekend. We're watching RapGrid.com everywhere.
Okay, so you said you was done with the freestyle and battling in general, but after Sharon, but you had been done with the written battles.
Yeah.
So what written battles were you in?
Nothing crazy, man. I did a couple grind time battles.
Who didn't?
Yeah.
Who among us can say they never did a grind time?
Yeah, for real though. I did like a. I remember when the Philly grind time Philly first got introduced. The way they did, Philly Swain, who's the homie, hosted it, and then I went out to this bookstore in Philly, and like we did. It was one night, and I had to battle like 6 different people, and it was just like one after another, and it was a lot of like, you know, stereotypical Philly rappers, you know what I mean? They had that Reed, Joey type of, everything's on a beat without the beat. Yeah, a lot of that. And I just ran through everybody.
And you killed them?
Yeah.
Written?
And then, well, they were using written.
And you was freestyling?
I was written.
That's always the leg up.
Yeah. Definitely, and I knew that. Yeah. Like, I wasn't acting like I was in there, like, reinventing the wheel. Like, I was just like, all right, man, I see what's going on. I'm gonna just be funny, be very white, and just be fucking, like, you know, be what people want me to be. So that got me through it, and then I wound up, I had to battle a guy for 5 rounds because they couldn't pick a winner. And then I literally was like, yo, I have shit to do. I'm done.
No, in Philly, you never stopped rapping.
I didn't though. I stopped. I was like, you can win. I'm gonna go. I seriously had shit to do.
That's funny.
It was like 3 hours after it was supposed to end.
If you hear the old school battle rappers, they talk about, me and my boys went to 35th and Lennox. And we battled for 6 hours, and then he ran out.
And the loser had to jump.
Yo, you had to be an Iron Man to battle, like in
I walked to battle him uphill both ways in the snow.
But yeah, I would have quit too. Which, okay, so you said that you recognized that you was the only one like you did. I was talking to Dumbfounded. I gave it.
Yeah, I know Dumb. Yeah.
And he said that he never really saw his Asianness, if that's the word, as a drawback. He was seen as a leg up. Yeah, a lot of people don't recognize it.
I don't think it's a drawback at all. Especially when I think Dumb's like stupid dope too. Yeah. So like and very clever. And like I think him knowing that and like having a mind that thinks comedically and shit. And that's how I looked at my whiteness. Like I think with Asians, obviously you're dealing with even more of a minority because there's a ton of white dudes now like in rap. And I feel like in battle rap especially, like you saw the event last night, you know what I mean? It was white as fuck.
Snowing in there.
Yeah, it was like I couldn't tell if we were outside still and we were in the snow. And then I realized I was sweating my ass off.
Oh yeah, that was...
And I was like, oh, I'm inside for sure. But, so yeah, I think Dumb is a guy whose brain works like, okay, I'm Asian. How do I spin this comedically and make it work for me? And he did a great job of that shit. And like that's Rowan, obviously, as I told you, he's a good friend of mine. Like he's a guy who takes his whiteness, plays it up.
But he never really. I say this about and a lot of white people. A lot of white people will self-deprecate. You know what I'm saying? Like even Real Deal will.
I don't think I do that.
Okay. but Ron, he kind of uses it as a like I'm white.
Yeah.
I'll outweight you. You know
that works for him.
Yeah, it does work for him.
That was an angle I never really took, but I definitely would mention whiteness because it was like one of the #1 things I was hearing from people, especially in Philly. Like when you're growing up in Philly, like where I was at.
What part of Philly are you from?
I was born right outside of Philly.
Oh, okay.
But then I've lived in like Northeast. I lived in a spot called Fishtown, which is I guess like lower north. Okay. Now I live in Brewerytown, which is like almost west. I've just been all around.
I thought you were gonna say I grew up next to Beanie Siegel.
Nah. He had moved out of that block by the time.
He told him to get down and lay down.
Yeah, that's true. I would never do that. I hope he doesn't see this. So he's a scary man. So in Philly, being like a white dude, especially a white dude that's not, when a lot of people think of like a white guy that battle raps, they're thinking of the oversized fitted and like the, like Gerbos and like he's like, guys accept me.
Exactly.
Like I've just kind of always just been myself. And I feel like because of that, like I think it worked for me. I think Dome was a great comparison, but I just never wrote it out like that.
I told them at Fight Club, I don't want to battle Jin, and I don't want to battle that Too Much kid, Jermaine. and I wound up having to battle both of these niggas the same night.
Not just I seen him when he battled Jonah and he did Jonah. That shit was dead on. Like, he's talented for that.